Her ex used to laugh whenever the topic of marriage came up. It was never a loud laugh, never obvious. It was the kind that curled at the corner of his lips, filled with quiet superiority. "Still no husband?" Ryan would say, swirling his coffee like it was a joke that never got old. "You're not getting any younger, Maya." He always said it casually, as if he were concerned, as if he hadn't already decided her value had an expiration date. Maya learned to smile back, learned to swallow the sting, learned to pretend it didn't hurt, but every word stayed with her. Maya Patel was 31, intelligent, ambitious, and deeply underestimated. She worked as a senior systems analyst at a mid-sized tech firm, the kind of employee who fixed problems before anyone noticed they existed. She didn't chase attention. She didn't advertise her wins. She believed, foolishly, that good work would eventually speak for itself. Ryan had once admired that about her, or at least he said he did. In the beginning, he called her focused and disciplined. By the end, he called her boring and behind. They had dated for 4 years. For years of dinners she paid half for, trips she planned, emotional labor she carried alone. Ryan liked to say he was traditional, yet somehow tradition always meant Maya adjusting, waiting, compromising. He wanted a wife, he said, but not yet. Not until his startup took off. Not until things were stable. Maya waited, believing partnership meant patience. Then one night, over takeout containers and a muted TV, Ryan ended it. "I just don't see a future anymore," he said, not even looking at her. "You're great, Maya, really, but you're too serious, too focused on work. Men want someone softer, younger, someone who hasn't missed her window." That was the night the mocking truly began. After the breakup, Ryan seemed to thrive on reminding her of what she had lost. Mutual friends reported his comments with uncomfortable laughter. "Ryan says Maya scared him off with spreadsheets," someone joked. Another added, "He said she's married to her job, so why would anyone else marry her?" Maya stopped attending group gatherings. It was easier to be alone than to smile through humiliation. At work, things weren't much better. Her manager praised her privately but promoted others publicly. Louder people, flashier people, people who took credit for ideas she had quietly implemented months before. Maya watched as her name disappeared from meetings, from decision-making, from relevance. She started to wonder if Ryan was right. Not about marriage, but about something deeper. Maybe she really was invisible. The breaking point came at her cousin's wedding. Aunties pinched her cheeks and asked the same question Ryan loved so much. "So, when is your turn?" Someone whispered, "She's very educated, but..." And let the sentence die. Maya smiled until her face hurt, then went home and cried into her pillow like she hadn't cried in years. That night, she didn't just cry for being single. She cried for every time she had made herself smaller to be palatable. The next morning, something shifted. Not dramatically. No montage, no overnight transformation. Just a quiet decision. Maya stopped explaining herself. She stopped attending events that drained her. She poured her energy into learning, into sharpening the skills she already had. She enrolled in advanced certifications, started consulting on the side, and built systems that solved real problems. She wasn't chasing revenge. She was chasing clarity. 6 months later, Her company lost a major client due to a catastrophic software failure, the kind that makes headlines. The executive floor panicked. Emergency meetings were called. Consultants were flown in. Millions were on the line. Maya sat silently in the back of the room, watching men in expensive suits argue in circles. Finally, she spoke. "There's a fix," she said calmly, "but it requires rebuilding the architecture, not patching it." The room went quiet. Her manager looked irritated. "That's not realistic," he said. "We don't have the time." "You don't have the time not to?" Maya replied, pulling up data she had already analyzed overnight. She explained the failure point, the long-term risk, and the solution. She spoke without ego, without fear. When she finished, no one interrupted. They gave her the project. For 3 weeks, Maya barely slept. She led a small team, rewrote broken systems, and stabilized the client's operations. The fix worked. Better than expected. The client stayed. The company survived. Maya received a thank you email and a small bonus. No promotion. No announcement. Just another quiet success. That same week, she received a message on LinkedIn. It was brief and direct. "I saw what you did for Cortec. Impressive. I'd like to talk." Daniel Cross. Daniel Cross was not a name people ignored. He was the CEO of Cross Global, a multinational tech and logistics empire valued in the billions. He rarely reached out personally. Maya assumed it was a scam. She almost deleted it. Almost. They met in a glass-walled conference room overlooking the city. Daniel was calm, reserved, and unsettlingly perceptive. He didn't flatter her. He didn't waste time. "You're underutilized," he said after 15 minutes. "And underpaid." Maya blinked. "You don't even know my salary." "I know what you're worth," Daniel replied. "And I know what companies miss when they don't listen to people like you." He offered her a position leading a new division focused on systems optimization. The role came with authority, resources, and autonomy. The salary made her dizzy. Maya asked for a week to think. Daniel nodded. "Take it," he said, "but don't say no because you're afraid." She accepted 3 days later. Leaving her old company felt surreal. No farewell party, no speeches, just a few polite goodbyes and one forced smile from her manager. Maya walked out carrying a single box, lighter than she had felt in years. At Cross Global, everything was different. Expectations were high, but so was respect. Maya's ideas were questioned, challenged, and ultimately implemented. She worked closely with Daniel, often late into the night, solving problems that affected entire regions. He never spoke down to her, never mocked her focus, never asked her to be anything other than what she was. Their relationship grew slowly, too slowly for gossip, too quietly for drama. They talked about work, about values, about mistakes. Daniel had his own scars, his own lessons about power and trust. He didn't rescue Maya. He didn't need to. He met her where she stood. A year later, Cross Global acquired a smaller startup that Maya recognized immediately. Ryan's startup. The irony was almost funny. Ryan sat across from her in the acquisition meeting, older, tenser, still wearing the same confident smirk that no longer fit. He didn't recognize her at first. Then he did. His smile faltered. "Maya," he said. "Wow, I didn't know you worked here." I lead the division acquiring your company, she replied calmly. Ryan laughed, awkward and loud. Guess you finally loosened up, huh? Maya didn't respond. She didn't need to. The acquisition went through. Ryan walked away with far less than he had expected. His startup absorbed, his role minimized. A few weeks later, he messaged her. Didn't know you had it in you, he wrote. Still single. Maya deleted the message without replying. 2 years later, Daniel proposed. There was no audience, no spectacle, just a quiet evening and an honest question. Do you want to build a life together? He asked. Yes, Maya said, without hesitation. The news traveled fast, too fast. People who had once pitied her suddenly congratulated her. Aunties bragged. Old friends resurfaced. Even Ryan heard at a charity gala months later. Ryan saw her again, this time on Daniel's arm. The ring on her finger was elegant, understated, and undeniably expensive. Daniel Cross, Billionaire CEO, spoke to her like an equal, listened when she spoke, introduced her with pride. This is my wife, he said. She's the reason half our systems actually work. Ryan stood frozen, drink forgotten in his hand. Maya caught his eye across the room. She didn't smile. She didn't gloat. She simply looked at him the way one looks at a closed chapter. Then she turned away, toward the life she had built. Later that night, standing on a balcony overlooking the city, Maya thought about the girl who had once cried into her pillow, wondering if she was running out of time. She wished she could tell her one thing. You were never late. You were just early for the life you deserved. She leaned into Daniel's shoulder, feeling steady, respected, whole. She hadn't married to prove anyone wrong. She had married because she had finally learned her worth. And that made all the difference.